Okay, this would be a very quick lat pull down tutorial. So with the lat pull down, depending on the bar, some bars are wider, some are shorter. If you go super wide, it limits your range of motion. It can work for bodybuilders. Most use what's called a 1.5 grip or 1.5 grip, and that's somewhere here. So it's not a close grip, it's not super wide, it's just kind of somewhere in the middle. So with the lat pull down, first you want to set this pad so it's low enough that when you slide forward, you can lock your thighs under the pad so it's not coming up. That will keep you planted. As far as the size of the grip width, you want to hook and make sure you're trying to get your thumb at least around your pointer finger and your middle finger if possible. So the only thing that I have noticed that people do is when they pull down, they will internally rotate their forearms at the bottom. That internal rotation is not a good thing. What you want to do is keep the forearms straight, and you want to pull the bar directly to the upper chest. Now a lot of people ask me, well, should I stay completely straight and go down? Is it okay to lean back? And the answer for both is yes and yes. All you're doing is working the lat and the rhomboids and the rest of the secondary movers from a slightly different angle. That's it. Because it's a vertical pull, there's no stress on your back. It's not a loaded movement like a deadlift or a row where you're fighting against gravity. You're literally pulling yourself down. So once again, set the pad first. Make sure you can hook your thighs underneath of it, so otherwise if it's too high, then your feet are literally gonna raise up. Grip hard, and at the end, make sure you are not flexing your wrist. So, for a lot of people, if you're doing close grip pull down, which by the way, are one of my favorites. Same thing, you're getting a good stretch in the lats, there's more biceps involvement. You want to make sure not to flex the wrist at the bottom. So sometimes if the weight is really heavy, people will have a tendency just to get that end range of motion, they'll flex the wrist at the end. That will cause a lot of stress on the tendons in your elbow, and it will cause elbow issues over time. The other don't would be swing, excessive swing. Where you're using literal, what seems like hip drive just to get the handle down. I'm sure many of you have seen it, some of you may do it, but remember, lead with your primary mover. So as you can see from here to here. So when I turn my elbows in and squeeze my lats, now my lats are engaged, now I pull. Don't swing, don't cheat the movement, don't cheat yourself.